Liam, taking over the Chelsea job, and before the game against Charlton at the weekend, was somewhat doubtful, with all due respect to Liam, that his CV merited him getting the Chelsea job, but he pushed back in that.
I just said you don't limit your ambitions. I'm not arrogant. I'm good at what I do. I'm good at what I do. And in every job that I've worked, whether it was as an interim, as an assistant, as a head coach or a manager, or whatever you want to call it, relative to the group I've worked with, I've been successful. So for me, I've always wanted to be at a club like this. But it's not about just being here. It's about being successful. So this is the beginning for me. You know, I'm going to give it everything. I'm not guaranteed. Nobody can guarantee wins. Nobody can guarantee success. But at the same time, I've worked very, very hard for a long time to try and put myself in a position where I can be successul.
That's all right, Simon, isn't it? No, listen, I'm good at what I do.
Nothing wrong with that at all. Sensible, pragmatic, relative to the players that he's worked with, in line with what he's actually achieved. It's interesting. Questioning him, did anyone question Ruud Gullit when he took over Chelsea? What was his management credentials to manage Chelsea? Or Glenn Hoddle coming out of Swindon? It's about timing, because Chelsea have obviously morphed into a club now that's under Roman Abramovich's tenure. Listen, I like Liam, but that doesn't mean he's going to be successful at Chelsea. Of course, there's no, on the basis of what Chelsea have been over the last 20 years, there's no indication that anybody would have given Liam Senior a job based upon his credentials of managing Hull and Strasbourg. But the difference in this situation, much to the consternation of the Strasbourg fans, is Chelsea have been looking at this manager for 17 months. They've been watching him. He's been in a situation where they can see him firsthand. They know what they're taking. They're not taking him on his resume. They're taking him on the fact that he's done relatively well in all the jobs he's done, but they've had a very close, beady eye on the development of this young manager, and believe that maybe with a young squad that's maturing season upon season, and a young manager that can mature with the ownership as the ownership starts to refine its visions, that they can build in harmony. That's what they perhaps tried to do in Maresca when they gave him an opportunity.
So do you think we'll get a better idea of what Liam is about, and he'll get a better idea of what he's landed in on Wednesday against Europe?
100%. I think he carries himself well. I think he's a very confident young man, and none of that matters really how he's got the job. The important thing now is
what he does with it.
Yeah, and I do feel that he thinks he's having himself. You can tell. He's very confident. He's very
having himself.
Yeah, he is, because you have
But
to.
that suggests overconfidence.
No, not really, because you step into that role at Chelsea and you need to. He's a very tactile manager. You could see after the game, he's in everyone's ear, and I think it's that modern style. He was given his role into the game. Perhaps Wayne Rooney gave him that opportunity, and Wayne stepped back from it. Wayne wasn't really the day-to-day person, but this person was. I think he always thought one day he'd be at a top job, Jim. Some people are like this, these career path people. It's now what he does with that. And of course, I think it was a great opportunity for him against Charlton to step into the job, to find his feet a little bit. But obviously now it goes up a level, and you're going to the semi-final of the League Cup.
Yeah.
And he will think, okay, this is brilliant. He sees this as an opportunity. He's not doesn't manage with fear, this manager.
But there's no. I mean, ultimately, he's been in the door for 5 minutes. And so the team is set up. The game will go the way it does. Arsenal on paper the better side. So ultimately, if they go out against Arsenal, there's going to be no massive shame. If
it represents a great opportunity for him, doesn't it?
Yeah, to lay a claim to something that he hasn't been the architect of, because others people have got them to the semi-final of this situation. Look, I watched Liam when he was younger in the media, and he was one of those that seemed to have a lot to say for himself without any background, and was always critiquing other more experienced managers. And I thought, And then I spent some time with him when he was at Hull, and despite the fact that he is confident, he's not an arrogant kid. You're not an arrogant 41-year-old manager. He just has strong belief in himself, and if he doesn't believe in himself, who's going to believe in him? He's in front of the world's media. He's got to put on a very strong front. If you get him behind the scenes, he's considered, he's respectful, he's thoughtful, he's intuitive, and I think he'll be all right.
Yeah. But it has to go well very quickly, doesn't it?
You were working at the weekend, Martin. You were at Portsmouth Arsenal. Arsenal set pieced their way to the fourth round